Everybody. Hey, starting chapter 3 here. You guys started yesterday with this sub, and today we'll figure out if we picked up anything from what I had you guys do with the Desmos activity and the Delta Math activity. This first video of 2 talks about parallel, perpendicular, skew lines, and parallel planes. And so I have a picture of facial, or I have my facial tissue here. And if you look at the corners, I've labeled them. This is A, this is B, C, D, and then on the back, I have E, F, G, and H. And so like this H right here, if you look at the corner, that's naming this point in the corner. So even though you couldn't see it here, you can still see the H on the side. That's for that corner right there. All right, so parallel lines in this picture are lines that are in the same plane and don't cross. Same plane is also a term that we have, which is called coplanar. Okay, so here's an example of 2 lines that are coplanar and they are parallel. Okay, so this line up here at the very top of the tissue box and this line at the bottom. So I could say for parallel lines, I could say that, again, the top is FG. Now, I need to put a symbol above it. You could say line FG. You could say segment FG. I'm going to use segments. Okay, segment FG is parallel. And here's the symbol for parallel. It's 2 lines, and notice I make them so that they don't cross. I make them a little bit slanted. You can make them straight up and down. Segment FG is parallel to segment, the one at the bottom, EH. Now, if you take this Kleenex box, there's lots of lines that you could say are parallel. Okay, I could do another one right now. Let's flip it over. Okay, so let's go. How about this one along the side? AB, just as a second example, segment AB is parallel to, so here's AB along the side, and then along the side here is DC. That's a C right there. I couldn't tell if it's a C or a G. DC. Okay, that's parallel. Perpendicular. Perpendicular lines are lines that form right angles. And again, in this Kleenex box, there's a whole bunch. Let's do the top. How about this segment and this segment down the side? So I could say segment DA or AD, doesn't matter which one I do. And then the symbol for perpendicular looks like this. It's an upside down T. Upside down T. So DA is perpendicular to, how about this one right here? And that would be AB. Let's do another one. How about here? Now I know you can't see them very well. So there's, that is a G. That's sloppy. And that is a D. So how about GD? Can you see something that is perpendicular to? Well, GD is perpendicular to this one and this one. Let's just pick one. Let's pick this one right here. And so that would be GH. GH. Okay, skew lines. This one is a challenge to remember. It's a challenge to remember. Okay, and so you got to make note of this. Skew lines are lines that don't intersect, but are not coplanar. Okay, not coplanar. Here's an example. If you look at the picture of me in the lower right-hand corner, here's an example of skew lines. There isn't one plane that I can lie between my pen and this finger. Here's an example on the Kleenex box. Let's take this top one down here, or this top segment down here, and then all the way at the bottom, this one that goes this direction, up and down. Okay, so the top one would be FG is skew. And yeah, there's no symbol for skewness. So FG is skew to this line that goes up and down right here, which is EB. And I forgot my segment symbols. Okay, so skew lines, we're going to have to talk about it a little bit more in class because that's kind of tricky. Last thing is parallel planes. So parallel planes are planes that don't cross. So you could say like the top of the Kleenex box and the bottom. So the top of the Kleenex box, now remember our notation for planes is I have to use 3 non-collinear letters. So how about F, G, H? FGH. Hopefully you can see that. That's a G again, FGH. And then on the bottom, DAB, parallel to DAB. Now remember, our plane notation is 3 non-collinear points. There are no symbols above. Okay, there are no symbols above. Okay, hope that helps. Thanks.